Legend speaks of a book, the Nine Secret Records, a tome that grants its reader the power of gods. Bro, sounds like a protagonist cheat code, except it's not. When this forbidden book fell into the hands of Magic Emperor Zhuo Yifan, it also painted a giant target on his back, making him public enemy number one. And right on cue, his men were freaking out. My lord, the seven emperors are almost here. But Zhuo Yifan, he just sat there on his throne, looking bored, with a smirk that screamed, relax. They're just a bunch of insects. And just like that, the sky went full-on disaster movie mode. We're talking thunder, lightning, the works. The legendary 8 emperors themselves showed up, a real who's who of people you don't mess with. Their demand was simple. Zhuo Yifan, hand over the book, and we might let you live. But just as Zhuo Yifan was about to go Super Saiyan on them, the one person he never expected stepped forward, his own trusted disciple, Zhao Chun. Master, just give up. Bro, talk about a plot twist. Turns out this whole thing was an inside job. Why? You could hear the heartbreak in Zhuo Yifan's voice. The disciple he raised like a son, betraying him for a reason so pathetic it was almost funny. Master, why should you be the only one with the book? You guarded it from me like I was a thief. Not gonna lie, that's a pretty weak reason, dude. Heartbroken and betrayed, Zhuo Yifan made his final choice. Since you all want it so badly, you can have it in hell with me. He chose to self-destruct, to wipe this cursed book and everyone with it from the face of the earth. But his consciousness didn't fade. When Zhuo Yifan opened his eyes again, he found himself reborn in the body of, well, a scrawny kid who couldn't even break a twig. Wait, did I just get reincarnated? Okay, this plot is getting wild. He barely had a second to process this absurd reality before a new crisis showed up. A demonic wolf the size of small car was drooling, looking at him like a midnight snack. Bro, did I just start a new game on hardcore mode? Too bad for the wolf, it picked the wrong kid. Even in a new body, he's still Zhuo Yifan, the Magic Emperor. He unleashed a technique from the secret records, the Drain Touch, and instantly sucked another poor soul dry. I am a Magic Emperor. Yeah, that familiar badass vibe is back. An entire night passed, and dawn broke. Zhuo Yifan sat cross-legged, focused on refining this new power. The Drain Touch technique is OP, but you can't just absorb it all at once without some serious soul rejection. And that's a side effect you really don't want. As his power gradually returned, the flames of vengeance reignited in his eyes. Zhao Chun and all you so-called emperors, just you wait. He swore to make every single person who betrayed him pay in blood. Just as he was plotting his grand revenge, he heard the clash of weapons in the distance. Sun family? Traitors? Sounds like there's some drama going down. He decided to check it out, maybe get a feel for the power levels in this new world. Getting closer, he saw it was the Luo family getting jumped, and they seemed to have a connection with this body's original owner. Luo family? This feeling, Zhuo Yifan felt a strange connection bubble up. Nah, better just dip for now. But before he could turn away, a sharp pain shot through his chest, nearly bringing him to his knees. What the hell? This feeling of being out of control. It gave him, the former Magic Emperor, a long-forgotten sense of frustration. In the pouring rain, Zhuo Yifan discovered a fatal problem. This body was cursed with a heart demon. The moment he even thinks about betraying or leaving the Luo family, the demon activates, torturing him to no end. Me, the great Magic Emperor, forced to be a nanny for some little girl for the rest of my life. This is peak cringe. Damn it. Unable to defy the heart demon, Zhuo Yifan had no choice but to head back to the fight. He kicked through the bushes and yelled at the arguing groups. Hey miss, what's the big deal? Just give them the martial arts manual. Your life's more important, right? His let's just surrender speech immediately drew all eyes. The Luo family's young miss was stunned, and the bandits stared at him like he was an idiot. Who is this kid? Probably scared out of his mind. Meanwhile, Zhuo Yifan was thinking, this is so hard. I'm just trying to stay alive here. The young miss was trembling with anger. Zhuo Fan, what nonsense are you talking about? Get back here. But the bandit leader just laughed cruelly. Haha. Miss Luo is so kind, still protecting a servant at a time like this. Boys, kill that useless kid first. Seeing a buff dude charging at him with a blade, Zhuo Yifan's eyes sharpened. His current power level might be low, but his combat experience and timing were still at the Magic Emperor level. The instant the blade was about to hit, he dodged sideways and threw out a palm strike. Bam! With a dull thud, the buff guy was sent flying, condition unknown. The entire scene went dead silent. Everyone stared at Zhuo Yifan like he was some kind of monster. The Luo siblings' jaws dropped. Zhuo Yifan's inner monologue. Basic stuff, don't get hyped, everyone just chill. Taking advantage of everyone's shock, Zhuo Yifan grabbed the Luo siblings and yelled, What are you waiting for? Run. He turned and bolted, leaving the still-dazed bandits in the dust. The bandit leader roared in fury. After them. Don't let them escape. Under the setting sun, Zhuo Yifan was panting, carrying one person on his back and another on his shoulder. The young miss was still struggling. Let me down. We can't leave Commander Pang behind. Zhuo Yifan was so tired he could barely see straight. Go back to die, miss? Can you please be realistic? The little young master piped up defiantly. You dog slave, how dare you talk to my sister like that? Zhuo Yifan had enough. He dropped them both on the ground and sneered. Fine, you go back by yourselves. I'm out. That shut the siblings up real quick. Seeing that finally calmed down, Zhuo Yifan picked them up again. The young miss suggested quietly, head west. That's the misty forest at the base of Black Wind Mountain. The terrain is complex. Even the bandits won't enter recklessly. Zhuo Yifan nodded. All right, let's go there. After entering the forest, the young miss wanted to lure the pursuers away herself. Zhuo Fan, you take my brother and go. Zhuo Yifan rolled his eyes. I refuse. If you dare leave, I'll finish this kid off right here, believe it or not. The young miss was utterly stunned by his threat. The young master yelled angrily. You slave, how dare you threaten my sister? The Yifan snorted. Right now, you either listen to me, or we all die together. That bunch of trash isn't even enough to be an appetizer for me. Zhuo Fan. This flash of world-defying arrogance left the siblings momentarily speechless. In the end, the young miss chose to trust him, even handing over the family's last hope, a spirit stone. If you lie to me, I'll haunt you even as a ghost. Zhuo Yifan took the stone, a mysterious smile playing on his lips. Using the spirit stone and the natural terrain, Zhuo Yifan began setting up a formation. Azure Dragon of the East, White Tiger of the West. 9 ghostly gates, open. As he chanted the incantation, the entire misty forest changed, and a sinister, terrifying aura filled the air. The Luo siblings watched the bizarre scene of rising purple mist, too shocked to speak. But Zhuo Yifan acted like it was nothing. Calm down, no need to fuss. Follow me. I'll teach you how to control the formation and make sure they never leave. A mere servant, casually setting up a legendary formation? This world had gone mad. Meanwhile, the pursuing bandits had indeed gotten lost in the fog. They captured the fallen Commander Pang and tried to force him to lead the way. Steward's son, it seems they entered the misty forest. Commander Pang was defiant. Don't even think about using me to threaten the young miss. Just as the bandits were about to get rough with Commander Pang, a leisurely voice came from ahead. Hello everyone, I've been waiting here for a long time. They looked over and saw Zhuo Fan leaning against a tree with a playful smile. Steward's son roared, You little brat, get him. Wait, the Luo siblings' voices rang out just in time. Following Zhuo Fan's instructions, they activated a red rope trap, paralyzing 2 bandits instantly. Zhuo Fan reappeared, giving Steward's son a smile that said, all according to plan. Zhuo Fan spoke casually, Steward's son, how about we make a deal? I'll hand these 2 over to you, and you guarantee our future wealth and prosperity. Hearing this, the Luo siblings were completely lost. What was this guy playing at now? Steward's son was also thrown by this move. Why would you betray the Luo family? Zhuo Fan retorted. Well, why did you betray them? Look out for number 1, right? Perfectly reasonable. His logic was surprisingly hard to argue with. Steward's son was convinced and agreed to the deal. Ha ha, interesting. I hope you're not playing tricks. Zhuo Fan took out a red rope, explaining seriously, of course not. This rope is tied to them. Just follow it and you'll find them. Hiding in the shadows, the Luo siblings cursed. Zhuo Fan, you dog slave. We were wrong to trust you. Steward's son looked at Zhuo Fan contemptuously. I don't trust you one bit. Lead the way. The battle of the master actors had officially begun. Zhuo Fan led Steward's son in circles through the mist before abruptly stopping. He turned around with a demonic smile. Steward's son, I brought you to the road to hell. This is the end of the line for you. Only then did Steward's son realize he'd been tricked. Damn you. You dare to fool me. Steward's son was furious, but then he realized the red rope in his hand had been cut, and not a single one of his men was in sight. He had walked right into Zhuo Fan's meticulously planned formation, becoming a turtle in a jar. Immediately after, the fog within the formation turned blood red, and the sounds of wailing ghosts filled the air. The bandits vanished one by one, as if devoured by demons. Steward's son was in a full-blown panic. What the hell is this? Outside the formation, Miss Luo and the rescued Commander Pang watched, numb with shock. Zhuo Fan appeared calmly beside them. Miss, now, it's our turn to counterattack. Zhuo Fan took the young miss's hand and led her into the core of the formation. Don't move, just follow my steps. She could clearly feel the terrifying power pulsing from the formation, her mind in turmoil. Who exactly is he? Inside the formation, the bandits were swarmed by countless ghostly figures, their screams echoing. For ordinary martial artists, these spirits formed from the world's energy were a completely overwhelming force. Steward's son, covered in wounds, looked in terror at the approaching Zhuo Fan. Who exactly are you? Zhuo Fan didn't answer, simply raising his hand to deliver the final blow. You want to know who I am? Go to hell and ask the king there. Zhuo Fan said coldly, and with a single palm strike, he ended Steward's son's sinful life. After the battle, Zhuo Fan absorbed the life essence of everyone in the formation. His power surged again, breaking through to a new realm. Watching the demonic aura radiate from him, Miss Luo was filled with questions and a hint of fear. Zhuo Fan, who are you really? The energy from this breakthrough was immense. His meridians widened, and the energy in his acupuncture points was over 3 times that of a normal qi gathering realm practitioner. Feeling the surging power within, Zhuo Fan nodded in satisfaction. Not bad. Time to practice some martial arts. Just as he struck a pose, the Luo siblings and Commander Pang found him. Zhuo Fan, where have you been? Why did the formation suddenly go out of control? Zhuo Fan made up an excuse. Oh, maybe the spirit stone ran out of juice, so the formation just collapsed. Commander Pang stepped forward, looking guilty, and knelt on one knee before Zhuo Fan. Brother Zhuo, I misunderstood you before. Zhuo Fan quickly helped him up. He couldn't handle this. The heart demon would act up. Zhuo Fan waved his hand. Commander Pang, you're being too serious. You were just doing it for the Luo family. How could I blame you? Besides, we only won this time thanks to the young Mrs. Spirit Stone. Hearing this, Commander Pang's guilt deepened, and his affinity for Zhuo Yifan shot way up. With the crisis averted, they began to discuss their next steps. Commander Pang suggested, our original plan was to escort the young miss to the Kai family in Wingay City. The Kai family's young master has a marriage contract with her. Hearing this, an idea sparked in Zhuo Fan's mind. The Kai family? The #1 family in Wingay City? If I entrust Miss Luo to them, will my heart demon be lifted? Will I finally be free? With this thought, Zhuo Fan immediately made a decision. All right, let's go to the Kai family. Meanwhile, in the Black Wind Mountain stronghold, the young master received news of Steward's son's failure. Failed, and they ran off to Wingay City? Interesting. Keep an eye on them. It turns out, the captured head of the Luo family was still alive. The young master laughed at the tortured man. Old friend, your daughter is on her way to Wingay City. Once I get the Dragon Palm technique, I'll send you two to reunite. Ha ha ha. 5 days later, Zhuo Fan and the group finally arrived at Wingay City. The young master asked excitedly, Brother Zhuo Fan, what do you think of the city? Zhuo Fan answered coolly, looks like a village. Not much different. The young master, not happy with that answer, started provoking him again. You dog slave, if it weren't for my sister, you'd never see a big city like this. Zhuo Fan, done with his nonsense, kicked him into the air. Say another word. I dare you. The young miss and Commander Pang just stared stunned. While strolling through the city, Zhuo Fan saw a jade vendor scamming people. A woman in green seemed to know the jade was fake, but couldn't explain why. Unable to watch any longer, Zhuo Fan stepped forward. Boss, your jade is fake. Naturally, the vendor denied it and even accused him back. Zhuo Fan just smiled. I have a way to prove it's fake. That sentence successfully captured everyone's attention, including the mysterious woman in green. Facing the vendor's skepticism, Zhuo Fan was confident. Dare to let me test it. Seeing how young he was, the vendor thought he was just a troublemaker and agreed. Fine, kid. If you can't prove anything, don't even think about leaving. Zhuo Fan calmly requested a bowl of water and mixed in some common sulfur and sediment. This is the simplest way to test jade. Soak a fake one, and its true colors will show immediately. With that, he dropped the fake jade into the bowl. The moment he finished speaking, the water in the bowl turned blood red, and the fake jade began to lose its color. The truth was revealed. The scam buyers were furious and surrounded the vendor, demanding their money back. The terrified vendor pointed at Zhuo Fan, yelling, You brat. I'll remember you, before scrambling away. Afterward, the woman in green thanked Zhuo Fan, but he felt she was more than she seemed. Her sharp eyes looked like she had seen through everything from the start. He didn't chat long, instead borrowing 10 spirit stones from Commander Pang, saying he had something to take care of. And what was his business? He found a vendor who had run away. Boss, we meet again. I'm here for business. That fake jade of yours, I'll buy it for 10 spirit stones. How about it? The vendor was both shocked and furious. You have the nerve to show up? You caused me huge losses, and you think 10 spirit stones will cut it? I want her life." As he spoke, several thugs emerged from the shadows. Zhuo Fan just let out a cold laugh, and terrifying killing intent radiating from his body. "You think you're qualified to take my life?" The vendor and his thugs instantly felt like they were plunged into an icy abyss, frozen in place by his aura. After easily obtaining the fake jade, Zhuo Fan returned to his room. He touched it, and a unique energy flowed into him. As expected, I wasn't wrong. This isn't fake jade, it's a blood silkworm stone, sealing the essence of an ancient demonic beast. A bloody baby. According to the 9 secret records, the bloody baby was an object of ultimate evil and power. If refined, one could cultivate the holy blood demon body, greatly increasing their strength. The heavens are on my side. Without hesitation, Zhuo Fan slit his wrist and began to feed the bloody baby with his own lifeblood. Zhuo Fan locked himself away, focusing solely on refining the bloody baby. But one day, a sharp pain shot through his chest. "Not good. I lost too much blood. I'm starting to get dizzy." Just as he was on the verge of collapse and about to give up, memories of his past life's betrayal flooded his mind. "No, I haven't gotten my revenge. I can't die here." This powerful obsession allowed him to break through his mental shackles, completely merging with the bloody baby and transforming into a heavenly demon. "I did it." Feeling the immense power of becoming one with the bloody baby, Zhuo Fan was ecstatic. From now on, he could cultivate the most elite techniques of the demonic path. He was one step closer to his revenge. On the day he emerged, Commander Peng had been waiting outside for a long time. "Brother Zhuo, you're finally out. The Kai family has come to rush us several times." Zhuo Fan was a bit surprised. "Old Peng, have you been guarding this door for 10 days? The commander smiled honestly. "I just didn't want anyone to bother you." This unconditional trust warmed the heart of the former Magic Emperor. In his past life, he'd never experienced such a feeling. He patted Commander Peng's shoulder. "Let's go. We can't keep the young miss and master waiting." Arriving at the Kai family residence, the guards stopped them. "Halt! Who goes there?" Commander Peng stepped forward to explain, but the guards were arrogant, even accusing them of being con artists. Commander Peng was angry enough to fight, but Zhuo Fan held him back. "Don't be rash." Zhuo Fan watched coldly, already making a judgment. This Kai family was no good. The young Mrs. marriage was probably not going to happen. Entering the lodgings arranged by the Kai family, they found it was just a dilapidated woodshed. The young master was curled up in a corner. Seeing them, he cried and said his sister had gone to confront her fiancé, only to be told by the Kai family to cancel the marriage contract. How dare they? Zhuo Fan was furious. The Kai family not only broke the engagement, but humiliated them like this. He pulled the young master to his feet. "Let's go. Take me to your sister." When they arrived, they saw Miss Luo, teary-eyed, pleading with her fiancé, Kai shouting, hoping he would help the Luo family for old time's sake. But standing beside Kai shouting was a new, more influential lover. Kai shouting was completely cold. Help the Luo family? What does that have to do with me? He couldn't even be bothered to look at Miss Luo, allowing the woman beside him to mock her relentlessly. The other woman was even more arrogant, shoving Miss Luo to the ground. "Bitch, stay away from brother shouting. He's mine now." Not only did Kai shouting not stop her, he watched with a doting expression. "Scumbag couple, how dare you touch my miss?" Zhuo Fan roared. His figure moved like lightning, appearing before the two in an instant and delivering a merciless slap to each of them. Those 2 slaps left Kai shouting and the woman completely stunned. They hadn't even seen Zhuo Fan move. Everyone else present was also shocked. When did this kid get so strong? Seeing his miss being bullied, Zhuo Fan's heart demon acted up again, a piercing pain shooting through his chest. He cursed internally, "Damn this heart demon. Looks like I have to deal with the Luo family's business whether I like it or not." The woman, coming to her senses, shrieked, "You dare hit me? Kneel and count out 3 times, or none of you are leaving." Before Zhuo Fan could even speak, Commander Peng exploded with anger. "You've gone too far." With tears in her eyes, Miss Luo, not wanting to implicate everyone else, actually prepared to kneel. But the moment her knees began to bend, Zhuo Fan moved. He kicked Kai shouting to the ground, his gaze icy as he stared at the woman. "You want my miss to kneel? Are you even worthy?" At that moment, Zhuo Fan seemed to transform back into the Magic Emperor who looked down upon all creation. The commotion finally alerted the head of the Kai family. "Who dares cause trouble in my Kai residence?" Seeing his savior arrive, Kai shouting immediately tattled, "Dad, it was this kid, he hit me." The Kai family head sized up Zhuo Fan, surprised that he couldn't see through his cultivation level. And who might you be? He thought to himself. This kid is young but unfathomable. His background must be significant. I can't afford to offend him easily. But to save face, the Kai head still made a threat. Today, this old man gives you two choices, fight or die. Zhuo Fan sneered. Bullying a little girl is no skill. If you have a problem, come at me. You're asking for death. The Kai head was enraged and struck out at Zhuo Fan. But Zhuo Fan didn't dodge. Instead, he moved even faster, launching an attack of his own. Unexpectedly, Zhuo Fan's target wasn't the family head, but Kai shouting behind him. He instantly subdued the son and said coldly to the father, Master Kai, I can take your son's life at any moment. You'd better think carefully. Forced into a corner, the Kai head had a compromise. Fine, I believe you. Zhuo Fan left with the Luo family group, leaving the Kai head behind, his face grim as he plotted. If this boy is not eliminated, he will become a great threat. Meanwhile, the slapped woman, her face bruised, swore with venom in her eyes. Uncle Kai may be afraid to touch him, but my Hell Valley is not. You dare to hit my face, Sun Yufei? I'll make you pay the price for offending one of the 7 imperial families. On the way back, Zhuo Fan asked the young miss about the 7 imperial families. She looked shocked. What? How do you know about that? It turned out that in the Qianyu Empire, besides the imperial family, there were 7 immensely powerful families who rivaled them in power. They were the true rulers of the empire. Offending them was tantamount to making an enemy of the entire empire. Commander Pang had a realization. No wonder that Sun Yufei was so arrogant. The Sun family is a vassal of one of the 7 families. The Luo siblings turned pale with fear. We've offended the 7 families? Seeing the panicked group, Zhuo Fan remained unusually calm. The young master even started calling him Brother Zhuo, begging him to save them once more. Zhuo Fan found the kids a sudden change from arrogant to respectful rather amusing. Zhuo Fan asked, Are there any other 7 family powers in this city? The young miss replied, Yes, the Veiled Dragon Pavilion, the Empire's #1 treasury. They are rich and have a mysterious background. A glint flashed in Zhuo Fan's eyes. Good. Tomorrow, we go to the Veiled Dragon Pavilion to form an alliance. The next day, they arrived at the Veiled Dragon Pavilion. Just as Zhuo Fan expected, even the guards were Qi-gathering realm experts, truly worthy of a 7 family. The guards stopped them. This is the Veiled Dragon Pavilion. No one authorized entry. Zhuo Fan didn't even bother to lift his eyelids. Go inform your pavilion leader that Luo Yunchang wishes to see them. His arrogant attitude enraged the guards. Just as they were about to act, a cool voice called out, Stop. The person who arrived was none other than the woman in green from yesterday. She introduced herself as Long Kuei, a manager at the pavilion. Zhuo Fan recognized her and introduced himself. I am Zhuo Fan, butler of the Luo family. I wish to do some business with your esteemed pavilion. The guards gossiped behind their backs, convinced that a poor kid like Zhuo Fan couldn't possibly do business with the pavilion. They waited eagerly to see him get kicked out. Long Kuei, however, led them into the main hall. What Zhuo Fan took out was a sketch of a formation array he had casually drawn the night before. Although Long Kuei was young, her eyes were sharp. She immediately recognized the sketch's extraordinary nature, and her expression turned serious. Mr. Zhuo, please name your price. Long Kuei tentatively offered a price. How about 100,000 spirit stones? The Luo siblings were already stunned. A single piece of paper was worth that much, but Zhuo Fan just shook his head. 100,000? Miss Long, are you trying to bargain with a beggar? Long Kuei tried to haggle. Mr. Zhuo, this is just a sketch of a first-level formation. 100,000 is plenty. Zhuo Fan simply took the sketch back. Then the deal is off. He was certain she recognized its true value and wouldn't let this treasure slip away. Zhuo Fan's move put Long Kuei in a difficult position. She considered taking it by force, but he called her out directly. Miss Long, forcing a sale will damage the pavilion's reputation, won't it? The young miss tried to intervene, but Zhuo Fan silenced her with a single look. At the stalemate, Zhuo Fan suddenly asked, Is the person in charge of the Veiled Dragon Pavilion here? Long Kuei was taken aback. She never expected this kid would dare to ask for the pavilion master directly. After a moment's hesitation, she decided to report it. Soon, an old man with white hair and a long beard walked out. He was the master of this pavilion, Long Jiao. In his presence, Commander Pang didn't even dare to breathe too loudly, because he couldn't see through the old man's cultivation at all. Long Jiao took the sketch, glanced at it once, and said to Zhuo Fan, Let this old man have a look. Zhuo Fan bowed respectfully, but he knew the real show was just beginning. Long Jiao's expression went from calm to shocked, then to ecstatic. He asked excitedly, "Boy, 1,800,000, deal or no deal?" Long Kuei and the Luo family were floored. The price jumped 18 times. Yet Zhuo Fan still shook his head. Too low. Long Jiu got angry. "Kid, don't push your luck." Zhuo Fan didn't yield an inch. "If we can't make a deal, then let's cancel it." Their auras clashed, and Commander Pang, standing nearby, felt like he was about to suffocate. In the end, Zhuo Fan had the upper hand. He smiled and said, "Master Jiu, don't be angry. I know you value the pavilion's reputation and wouldn't force a sale, right?" Long Jiu laughed in frustration. "Good kid. What do you really want?" Zhuo Fan stated his condition. 10 million for the sketch, and your pavilion must protect my Luo family. Long Jiu agreed. Afterwards, a confused Long Kuei asked, "Uncle Jiu, it's just a first-level formation, why?" Long Jiu cut her off. "Look closer." Long Kuei peered at it and gasped. "This is a sketch of an ancient formation." "Exactly," Long Jiu sighed. "This kind of thing has long been lost. Forget 10 million. You couldn't buy it for 100 million. We found a real treasure this time, but we've also stumbled into big trouble." He ordered that the Luo family must be protected at all costs, because now they were all in the same boat. Returning to their residence, Zhuo Fan sensed they were surrounded. Commander Pang was alarmed. "It's the Sun family." But Zhuo Fan was calm. "Don't panic. The people I've been waiting for have finally arrived." Sun Yufei arrived with a young man holding a fan to demand justice. The man was her cousin, a disciple of Hell Valley named Yuquan. He came in aggressively, demanding an explanation from Zhuo Fan for yesterday's events. Yuquan pretended to be reasonable, saying he'd let the rest of the Luo family go if they just handed over Zhuo Fan. Sun Yufei added fuel to the fire, hurling insults at every opportunity. Miss Luo stepped forward. "Trouble with him is trouble with our Luo family." Yuquan sneered and announced his identity. "I'm Yuquan of Hell Valley." "Miss, are you sure you still want to fight?" "Hell Valley, another one of the 7 families." Hearing this name, the faces of the Luo family members changed drastically. But Zhuo Fan stepped out. "Luo family Butler, Zhuo Fan. How do you want to settle this? A one-on-one?" His arrogance made Yuquan laugh. "You think you're worthy?" The two clashed in an instant, moving so fast that no one could see them clearly. Although Zhuo Fan's power was lower, his combat awareness was far superior. He managed to neutralize every one of Yochuan's attacks with minimal effort. After a few exchanges, Yuquan was horrified to find that his palm had been injured by the impact. "Impossible. I'm a genius disciple of Hell Valley. How could I be injured by a butler from small family? Could he be a demon cultivator?" Zhuo Fan seized the opportunity, unleashing a demonic secret technique and instantly sealing Yochuan's meridians. "Your chi flow has been sealed. You're no different from a cripple now." Yuquan refused to believe it and forcefully circulated his power, only to be struck by Zhuo Fan's blood shadow palm, coughing up blood. "How is that possible? Your chi is sealed. How can you still use a martial skill?" The young master shouted excitedly. "Brother Zhuo is awesome." Zhuo Fan explained, "A sheltered flower like you would never understand the way of demon cultivators." With that, he moved in for the kill. Sun Yufei screamed in terror, "No." Just then, a sharp claw attack flew in, blocking Zhuo Fan's strike. The newcomers were the siblings from the Veiled Dragon Pavilion, Long Kei and Long Jia. Long Jia looked coldly at Yuquan. "Yuquan, we are under Master Zhuo's orders to protect the Luo family. If you want to kill them, you'll have to get through me first." Seeing them appear, Zhuo Fan revealed a meaningful smile. Yuquan was shocked and angry. He knew that in his injured state, he was no match for Long Jia. He hesitated, afraid of starting a war between the two great families because of him. In that moment of hesitation, Zhuo Fan suddenly exploded, using the last of his strength to strike Yochuan's chest. A demon cultivator's battle knows no hesitation. Yuquan collapsed in disbelief. It all happened too fast for the Long siblings to react. Zhuo Fan had killed the man, yet he simply cupped his hands in a salute to them. "Thank for the help. Please send my regards to Master Zhuo." Then he turned and left, leaving a huge mess for the Veiled Dragon Pavilion to clean up. Inside the pavilion, Long Zhuo was fuming when he heard the news. "That rotten kid, he actually plotted against me." With Yuquan dying on their territory, right in front of Long Jia, Hell Valley would definitely blame them for it. Long Kuei was still confused. How'd he know brother Long Jia would go save him? Long Jio sighed. "Silly girl, he wasn't plotting against Long Jia. He was plotting against our pavilion in Hell Valley. From the moment he sold me the formation sketch, he had everything planned out. He knew I valued my family's honor, so he was sure I'd protect the Luo family. By doing so, we are now in direct opposition to Hell Valley." This kid is the most dangerous person I've ever met. Meanwhile, the instigator of all this, Zhuo Fan, was reflecting on himself. Too weak. I'm still too weak. The fight against Yu Quan had taken everything he had, and he'd almost died. I have to get stronger and fast. Just then, a small, blood-red figure emerged from his body and snuck into the Kai residence. It found the Kai family head and laughed sinisterly. "Old man, I want you to watch with your own eyes how the Kai family is destroyed." The next day, Zhuo Fan began a new round of cultivation. He would use the power of the bloody baby to go on a killing spree, absorbing the blood essence and chi of the Kai family guards to rapidly increase his strength. The Kai family guard began to die mysteriously one by one, causing widespread panic. Meanwhile, Zhuo Fan hid in the shadows, using the bloody baby to absorb their power. Not only did his injuries fully recover, but his strength also improved significantly. Just as he was getting into the swing of things, a powerful aura suddenly descended upon the Kai residence. An expert and a demon cultivator? Interesting. Zhuo Fan recalled the bloody baby and hid himself, preparing to watch a good show. The visitor was an elder from Hell Valley, Jian Fan. He had come to demand justice for Yu Quan. However, he didn't believe the Luo family killed him. He was convinced the Veiled Dragon Pavilion was pulling the strings, using them as a borrowed knife. He tried to force the Kai and Sun family heads to go cause trouble for the Luo family, but both were too scared to move. The fact that Zhuo Fan had severely injured Kai shouting had left a massive psychological scar on them. Seeing that the two were useless, Jian Fan offered the Kai family's ancestral martial art as a trade, asking the Sun family head to be the one to step forward. Although reluctant, the Sun had agreed under pressure and temptation. Elder Jian Fan also revealed a secret. He had long ago placed a chess piece in Black Wind Mountain. With a single command, the bandits would swarm out and flatten the Luo family. This was his true killing move. Just as he was smugly announcing his plan, a small, blood-red hand suddenly pierced through his chest from behind. It was Zhuo Fan's bloody baby. Although Elder Jian Fan was powerful, he was severely wounded by the surprise attack. He never imagined that a terrifying existence like this was hiding in Little Wind Gaze City. Zhuo Fan knew he had to increase his strength immediately, because the army from Black Wind Mountain was coming soon. With the vast energy absorbed by the bloody baby, Zhuo Fan's strength soared. In less than 10 days, he broke through again, reaching the 4th level of Qi gathering. Feeling the greater power within, he sneered, "Black Wind Mountain? However many come, I'll kill them all." One morning, Zhuo Fan opened his door to find Miss Luo standing outside, looking a bit awkward. What are you doing in front of my room?" Zhuo Fan thought, "Crap. Since when did I become so careless?" The young miss blushed and stammered, "I was afraid you were badly hurt, so I kept watch outside all night." Before Zhuo Fan could react, she shyly ran off. Zhuo Fan touched his chest. His heart was racing. Damn heart demon. It must be the lingering emotions of this body's original owner. Commander Pang was also full of admiration for Zhuo Fan. "Steward Zhuo, if you hadn't become our Luo clan steward, all this talent would have been wasted." Zhuo Fan thought to himself, "Well, sweeping gates wasn't exactly my old job." Arriving at the Veiled Dragon Pavilion again, the guard's attitude did a complete 180, respectfully welcoming them in. "Distinguished guests, please enter." Commander Pang muttered under his breath, "Such snobs." Long Kuei was still fuming when she saw Zhuo Fan, but he just smiled and said, "Miss Long Kuei, you're still too inexperienced. Personal feelings are worthless in the face of profit. Why don't we talk business again?" Long Jiu appeared just in time to interrupt. "Young friend Zhuo, how about you discuss it with this old man instead?" He said, half joking, "I seriously suspect you're some 1,000-year-old demon." Zhuo Fan thought, "That was close. He almost saw through me." Zhuo Fan got straight to the point. "I want to find a safe place for the Luo clan to reside." Long Jiu retorted, "And why should I help you?" Zhuo Fan laughed. "Because the Veiled Dragon Pavilion owes us a favor. Besides, wouldn't it be easier for you to keep an eye on us this way?" His words infuriated Long Jiu, who felt like he was being played by a mere brat. Seeing this, Zhuo Fan threw out another bombshell. "As an exchange, I'll sell you another piece of information. Did you know that someone from Hell Valley is already here in Wind Gaze City?" At these words, the faces of Long Jiu and the others changed dramatically. "Impossible. Our people didn't notice anything." Zhuo Fan slowly revealed the name. The man's name is Jian Fan. The condor Jian Fan. Hearing this name, an astonishing killing intent erupted from Long Jiu. Long Kuei explained, "One of Uncle Jiu's god eyes was destroyed by this Jian fan. Old grudges and new hatreds. Now things were getting interesting. Long Jiao immediately ordered for experts from the clan to be sent as reinforcements. He asked Zhuo Fan fiercely, "Brat, where did you see that old devil?" Zhuo Fan pointed towards the Sun family's residence. "Over there." The Veiled Dragon Pavilion arranged a new residence for the Luo family. The siblings couldn't believe their eyes, staring at the luxurious courtyard. Meanwhile, Zhuo Fan was encouraging Commander Pang not to sell himself short, telling him that one day he could become the head of the guards here too. But Long Kuei poured cold water on the idea. Not just any stray cat or dog can become a guard for the Veiled Dragon Pavilion. Zhuo Fan retorted, "Don't bully the weak just because they're young. Miss Long Kuei, your words are quite hurtful." Her face flushed. Long Kuei wanted to argue, but Zhuo Fan suddenly leaped onto the roof and shouted, "Miss, may I borrow some spirit stones?" With that, he began setting up a formation right in the pavilion's courtyard. Everyone was baffled by this sudden action. "Hey, what are you doing?" Zhuo Fan explained while setting up the formation, his movements as smooth as flowing water, dazzling to watch. Soon, the massive phantom of a golden dragon coiled in the sky above the courtyard, its presence majestic. Seeing this from a distance, Long Jiao shot up from his chair in shock. That's my coiling dragon formation." "No, wait, it's much stronger than mine." "Who activated the formation?" At the same time, the bandits of Black Wind Mountain saw the strange phenomenon over the city and were shocked. "What's happening in the city? Did the plan start early?" Zhuo Fan finished and told everyone, "The original level 3 formation was too weak. I upgraded it to a level 5-9 Heavens Coiling Dragon formation. Only this can properly protect the young miss." Long Kuei and Long Jia were stunned. "A level 5 formation master? You couldn't find more than a few in the entire Tianyu Empire." Long Jiao stared at the dragon in the sky, his heart unable to calm down. How could a small, humble family produce such a monstrous talent? He knew that Zhuo Fan, this hidden dragon, was about to stir up a storm in the empire. Soon, Long Jiao sent someone to invite Zhuo Fan for a talk. "You kid, how can you set up a level 5 formation at your age?" This was the question on everyone's mind. Long Jiao even felt a desire to recruit him. "Kid, with your talent, staying in the small Luo family is a waste. How about you join my Veiled Dragon Pavilion?"